Homeless services providers have committed to relocating people who live under 2 freeways in the West San Fernando Valley by November 16, after which time those areas will become off-limits to camping, Councilman Bob Blumenfield said Friday, September 19. Blumenfield said the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority has identified 33 people who live in the encampments around the Winnetka Avenue and Corbin underpasses along the 101 freeway to whom they will provide housing and services. Additionally, those areas will become off-limits to camping, once those people are placed into housing or provided a bed in a temporary shelter. Blumenfield said he is working to relocate homeless people in response to an order issued by federal court judge David Carter, who said that it was harmful to people's health to live near freeways. The injunction was issued as part of a case in which plaintiffs, known as the LA Alliance for Human Rights, have accused public officials of failing to address the growing homeless crisis. Under a wider settlement being negotiated as part of the case, urban camping could very likely be prohibited throughout his council district, Blumenfield said. The councilman represents an area that includes the neighborhoods of Canoga Park, Woodland Hills, Tarzana and West Hills. The anti-camping law would theoretically apply as long there is housing available to people. Blumenfield said that his goal is to offer housing or a bed to all 606 people who are unsheltered in my district. It was unclear Friday how the anti-camping laws could feasibly be enforced, but council aides said officials are working with the city attorney to work out a way. Jake Flynn, an aide with Blumenfield's office, said that they are waiting for the judge to make this explicit. There is a high likelihood that such anti-camping laws could be challenged, and typically when a sign is put up, the expectation is that we're going to get sued in about 35 seconds, he said. Advocates for the homeless have routinely challenged such laws, which they argue criminalize homelessness and are unconstitutional. The case now underway, however, is meant to loosen the legal logjam that has some say have stalled efforts to address the homelessness crisis, with city leaders trying to implement laws preventing living on sidewalks or other public areas and advocates often successfully challenging those laws. Advocates have urged that public officials and leaders focus more on providing services and housing that adequately meet the needs of people who live on the streets. Flynn said homeless outreach workers will offer temporary housing vouchers, as well as other programs and services to people now identified as living at the underpasses. Typically, people are only supposed to be provided with housing if they have been assessed with a vulnerability score, based on their health risks, that is high enough to make them a priority.